Welcome in, DIYers. Today we're going to be talking about 4 tips for drywall finishing for beginners. Tip number 1, use all-purpose mud. The reason you want to use all-purpose mud is it dries a lot slower. A lot of times you'll see guys who've been doing it for a long time use the bags that you mix the powder with water, and a lot of times those have a setup time of 20 minutes or 45 minutes, and quite frankly, for beginners, that's just not quite enough time to get the mud on the wall the way you need to. You've got to really get a feel for it. So it's best to use a slow drying all-purpose mud so that you can work with it and really get the finish that you want on that wall. Tip number 2, tape every joint. Every joint, every seam where 2 pieces of drywall come together, you want to make sure that you tape that. Whether it be a corner, whether it be where the ceiling meets the wall, you want to make sure you tape that joint. Now, with taping drywall, there's a few key things. First, you put drywall mud behind it for the tape to stick to the wall. Once you have it there, you want to pull a putty knife or a drywall knife with a lot of pressure across that. You really want to squeeze out all the mud from behind it. If you think you're pressing too hard, I promise you, you're not. You need to apply a lot of pressure. The places where you screwed the drywall into the studs, they also need mud. Now, they don't need the same attention that the drywall joint does, but they do need mud on every one of them. Tip number 3, take your time. We're on day 2 now. We've let it set up overnight. And we're going to put on a second coat of mud with a larger mudding knife. So we started with a 4-inch, and that is my personal preference. Now, a lot of people start with a 6-inch, go to a 10-inch, then a 12-inch. I personally start with a 4-inch, go to a 6-inch, then to a 10-inch. The less amount of mud you have, the less sanding you're going to have to do. But take your time, be patient, make sure you get it just right. It's going to make your sanding a lot easier. There's a common misconception that you have to sand between each coat of mud. That is simply not true. If you do it right, with thin, smooth coats, you don't have to sand between each coat. So we're now moving on to day 3. Now you do want to take a putty knife or a mudding knife between coats and just kind of run it along everywhere where you've put mud. Any rough spots, any raised spots, you just kind of want to knock those down so your next coat of mud goes on smooth. But sanding between each coat is just extra work and extra cleanup. So now for our 3rd coat, we've moved up to a 10-inch knife. So we are applying the putty back over everything again. And we're going to use the 10-inch knife to get a wider transition along that joint so that each layer is just a little bit wider and feathered out. And then we're going to use a 6-inch knife to get a wider transition over all the screw holes. So we've got all the drywall mud done. We've got 3 coats on it. We've gone with the small knife up to a medium-sized knife up to a larger knife to kind of feather that out each layer. Today, it's time for sanding. One key thing is we're going to do a lot of prep work and a lot of masking. So we're going to put plastic down, we're going to drape plastic behind the wall over here, and I'm going to drape plastic on this side just to keep the dust from going everywhere and causing a big mess. So that's what I'm going to do first. All right, now it's time for the fun part, draping it from the ceiling. All right, so here we are inside of our plastic wrapped room here so that we can sand this drywall and make sure that the dust doesn't go everywhere and cause a big mess. So yes, I am going to look a little bit like a terrorist and have my respirator on, my goggles, long sleeves, anything to try to keep the dust off of me and out of my eyes and out of my lungs. You definitely want to make sure safety is key here. You don't want this stuff getting in your lungs, all right? So make sure you take proper safety precautions. Tip number 4, don't sand too much.
You're not looking to sand this down a whole lot. If you've done the mudding correctly, you just need to knock off some of the edges. Everything else should be pretty smooth as long as you use the right amount of pressure. If not, you may need to sand a little bit more. Now when you come to your tape joints, it's very important that you don't sand too deep. If you sand too deep and get into that tape, you've got to tear it out, redo it again. You've got to remud, you've got to do everything. If you sand that tape, you have to retape. Once it's exposed, you don't want to do that. So don't sand too heavy. Well, the sanding is done. Now, this should be as smooth as glass, nice and ready for you to finish painting. Let me show you what this should look like. Not sure if you can really tell in this lighting, but you should have a nice smooth finish, nice smooth transition, no bumps, no divots, nothing like that. But once you prime this will be all covered up. All that mud will be covered up. You'll be ready to paint. So hopefully this was easy enough for you to learn how to mud drywall and sand drywall to finish it up. Now all you need is a good coat of primer, a couple coats of paint, and you're ready to roll. Hope this was helpful to you. We'll see you next time.